Here's the how-to video for our online session today. We might look different depending on what cohort you're in, but today's learning target is to learn dictionary skills, okay? So what you should have done already is task 1 is to make a dictionary notes copy in OneDrive. If you haven't done that yet and watched this video, then I recommend you do that first because we're going to take some notes. So I need you right now to open up that document. So if you go to your OneDrive, you should be able to open it. Don't want to do that. Go to your OneDrive and you should be able to open it. And I put it in this folder. Dictionary notes. There we go. And I'm going to make a copy really quick because I don't want to write all over this copy. Oops. And then you're going to open it in Word. I did that by clicking on the W at the top. And you don't have to do this part if you've already done it. This is just for me. Just so I can have a copy of it so I'm not writing on the real one. Save. Okay. All right, so what we're going to be focusing on today is learning dictionary skills, because as you are learning English, or if you're learning any language, a dictionary is going to be the best resource. There's a lot of words that you got to learn, and the best place to go look and learn about new words is a dictionary, okay? A lot of people now are using online dictionaries, so we're going to focus on that first. What does an online dictionary show us? What types of information, right? So we're going to take notes on this sheet, so make sure you have the draw open, and we're going to write down some information. So the 4 pieces of information that we're going to look at today are that a dictionary tells us how to spell a word, it tells us how to pronounce it, it tells us the part of speech, and it tells us the meaning, okay? So first one, how to spell the word, that's where this entry word comes in, okay? So the entry word is what word we're actually looking for, right? And what's really great, and I want to focus on, is that it's going to tell us syllables, So you'll notice that in between this word, there are 3 dots, right? It breaks up the word into parts. That's how we can tell how many syllables it has. Then we can make sure that we're saying it correctly. So for example, this word, investigate. So you can hear I kind of like take pauses almost, right? Investigate. Those are my syllables. So how many syllables? Investigate. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The word is broken into 4 parts. It has 3 dots on it, right? So that tells me how many syllables it is. And then it tells me how to spell it, which is nice. This next part tells me how to pronounce the word. We'll learn a little bit about phonetic spelling, which means like how you pronounce a word. How do you say it? So pronounce means how to say it. How to say. But we'll learn a little bit more about that. It gets kind of confusing. But what's great about online dictionaries is that you can press usually a speaker button, and it will say the word for you, and then you can copy it that way. I use that a lot. Okay, so we've gone through those 2 pieces that are really important. The next piece is the part of speech. So you'll see that this one is a verb. That means it is an action, right? It means it's something that I do. And we're going to cover the parts of speech again. We'll review those. But just so you know, sometimes they shorten them up. So they're not always going to be there, right? So parts of speech that you need to know are going to be nouns. N is usually noun. V, verb. The other one is going to be adjective, which they usually do ADJ. That one is an adjective. Oh, that's an E at the end. Sorry, you can't read it. And then the last one is going to be, well, these are just the ones that come up most often, right? ADV. Ooh, my A kind of looks like a D. Let me try that again. ADV, which means an adverb. Okay, and we'll review all of these as the class goes on, but just so you know, when you see them, you only see an N by the word, or if you only see ADV by a word, that's how you're going to tell what part of speech it is. So that's really helpful so that I can tell how I use the word in a sentence, right? If I know the word is a noun, I know it's a person, place, or thing. If it's a verb, it's an action. If it's an adjective, that means it's describing something. And then if it's an adverb, that means it's telling me more about the verb, okay? That's going to be really, really helpful. So parts of speech, really, really awesome. Okay, so the last part that a dictionary always tells us is the definition, okay? What's important that I need you to realize, right, is that sometimes there's more than one definition. I think I'm going to word the word sometimes up here. And yours will look prettier than mine. I'm writing mine with my finger today, so it looks a little messy. So sometimes more than one definition. So you have to pay attention and read all of the definitions to figure that out, right? Okay, so we've been talking, so let's go through this and we'll use this with a practice, right? So one of my favorite dictionaries is Learner's Dictionary. I really like this one. Well, here. I'll show you two dictionaries because one of your assignments is going to use a different one. So I will put these in the welcome folder so that you always know where these ones are. I really like this dictionary because it gives the easiest definitions, okay? So like the word we're going to look at is the word impact, right? It just gives me a nice, easy definitions. If I search for a word in Google, so let me show you what this looks like in Google. If I look up the word just in Google, sometimes, like, look at these words here. It's just, unless this is your first language, this is going to be very confusing, right? These definitions are not helping me. Oh, these are kind of helping me. I like that. But this is just going to make you more confused, and it's going to make it harder for you to use. As people who are learning English, this is the dictionary I would use. It's made for people learning it as their second, third, or fourth language, okay? So you'll see the definitions here. An active force. Oh, that makes sense. A powerful or major influence or effect, right? Those are my definitions. So this one has two definitions here. So if we go back to our notes, double click, and there it is. Okay, so the word we are looking at is the word impact. That's my word, my entry word, as it says up there, right? So now I need to figure out what part of speech is it. So I'm going to go back to my dictionary, and I'm looking at the noun. See how it comes in different forms? We'll talk about how you can figure that out. But right now we're just going to focus on the noun version because we're focusing on the impact of words, okay? So we're going to go back to our notes. Oops. And we are looking at the noun. So that means I know it's a person, place, or thing. So now I'm going to look at a definition. So the definition, what you guys are going to practice later on, oh, that's not it. What you guys are going to practice in your assignment is finding the correct definition, figuring that out, right? The definition that I'm looking at right now, oh no, it just quit on me. There we go. The one that I want to focus on is a powerful or major influence or effect. A powerful or major, wait, no, that's not what it said. What did it say? A powerful, oh yeah, I was right. A powerful or major influence or effect. A powerful or major influence or effect. So there I can find the definition, right? So later on, I'm going to have you guys practice this on your own. But that'll be on a different day. What I want to show you now is we're going to practice using all these parts, okay? If you go back to Schoology, you don't have to do this right now, but if you take a look, you'll see you have a practice with multiple definitions, right? Oh, shoot. Can't look at it there. I forgot I'm on. You got to go to the Schoology website. Okay. So you'll open that up, and yours will look different than mine because mine's the teacher version. But what you'll see then, oh, actually I think I can go through this as a student. Preview. Start new attempt. Okay. So the first couple questions you guys are going to go through is you're going to just practice finding the right definition. So this word key has 4 different definitions. You are going to read the sentence below and figure out which definition 1, 2, 3, or 4, is the definition of key being used, okay? So that you can see that. So the first 4 questions just have to do with that. Okay, so then the next one is practicing with multiple definitions, but this time we're focusing on those parts of the dictionary that we've been using, right? So you'll see that I have a link right here. If you click on there, we're going to use my other favorite dictionary, Longman Dictionary. So the 2 dictionaries I really like are Learner's Dictionary, which is this one, and I also really like the Longman one. The Longman one splits things into syllables, which makes it look really nice. So if we go back to your quiz, right, if you click on that link, it'll take you right to the dictionary definition already. I found it for you, okay? So there's where you'll find all of your answers for these 3 questions. So to answer those 3 questions, you're going to make sure to go question number 1. It says, how many syllables does it have? So you would go and look up, and let's pretend it had 2 syllables. So you write 2 syllables. That'd be your first answer, right? And then I want you to go to what part of speech is satin? So you would go back and look. What part of speech is this? And it should be able to tell you. Yep, there it is. I see it. If you don't see it right there, okay? So then you'd write down what it is. And then the definition of satin. So 3. What is the definition? Oops. So then you would type down what the definition is. Type of cloth. So you write type of cloth that is very smooth or shiny, right? Type or cloth. Okay. So there you have it. That's how I would answer that one. Make sure to put 1 through 3 when you're answering these, and then that's what it's going to look like, okay? Then when you're all done with that, you have finished today. So your notes that you took today with me here. Oh no, don't draw on there. There we go. So these notes here, those just save in your folder, so those will all be saved right now. We'll come back and use this again to review the parts of the dictionary. Okay, sorry my voice sounds so terrible. I'm very, very sick. Please let me know if you have any questions. Try your best. We're going to learn this together. Have a good day, you guys.